Oh no! Oh no! Don't say the same damn thing again. What do you do when you have too many motorcycles? Too many dirt bikes, too many trikes, too many cars, too many toys. Too many toys. I mean, yeah, too many toys. How many vehicles do you own? How many do you actually need? How many actually drive? What is going on with the Iceman today? As you know, I'm a big Tim Brook Honda fan. And yesterday, if you watched my channel, you saw me buy yet another Honda purchase, an ATV. So what's going on today? What's going on today? I think I'm going to run up to Tim Brook Honda, and I just may look at something else to buy. In the Ram TRX supercharged, no longer available built man truck with a manly dog in it named Kiefer Boy Turbo Dog, right? And yes, what am I doing now? What am I doing now? I don't know. What am I doing now? I forgot. Yeah, the first thing I had to do is get my barn opener because then I closed up the shop. We're going to take a ride. See the gator here? So I'm on the fence of maybe selling this. That can maybe help me out. So I'm thinking about selling that gator. So that's what I'm on the mission of. I have it for sale. And it's a great machine. And yeah, I just got to get creative on how I salvage my finances that are in some words chaos. But Kiefer Boy, he is happy as can be to be in the front seat in a truck. Are you a real truck riding dog? I think he is. I think I got my official truck riding dog right here in front of me. And that's some good news. Poor little boy can't get my damn. It's too complicated. Isn't that life? Isn't life just too damn complicated? Yeah, so it's just so dangerous. Tim Brook Honda is dangerous. Why? Because I can buy something. And those who watch my channel, I'm sure anybody watching, like, man, you're kidding me if you're going to go buy something. Like, I know this be like, this just doesn't make any sense. Well, I never said it made any sense. Deer are among us like crazy. God dang it. I just forgot something I meant to get. And I can't remember anything. Remember I just told you that? Golly. Wow. Maybe it just takes forever. For me to get out of my shop, I drive so many different vehicles. I mean, there's so many things that owning all those cars are so really bad. You know what it is? One vehicle has all the stuff in it that I need to put in another vehicle. So I'll spend 15 minutes taking things out of one vehicle, put in the next vehicle, blah, 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 blah. Then I get in the vehicle, and then I realize I didn't bring something to the shop, and I get, oh my God. I walk out of this truck 10 times just to get up the freaking road. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so the craziness continues on the Ice Age TV on the days of the darkness. You know, it's so incredible on how this weather sucks. Now we're into like the third day, really the fourth day of overcast and dark and rainy. It's that time of the year, and there's not really there's nothing in sight of this changing. I mean, this is going to be like this for another week. It's not until late next week that maybe the clouds break up. But now with that hurricane coming up there near my family in Florida, that'll put a whole other variable into lousy weather. It's that time of the year. It's incredible. Like clockwork up here. Once you kind of hit the late September, going to October, it turns into the typical Northeast, rainy, overcast, cooler days, and it's the doldrums, the blah. But with all this crap that's going on in my life, it's the perfect storm. Yeah, wasn't that a movie or a book, The Perfect Storm? And Mr. Help Desk, I forgot to mention this morning on my channel about the 3 Mile Island being reactivated. Microsoft has bought 3 Mile Island, which is up there in Pennsylvania, which when I can remember being in my elementary school, actually middle school, in Reddington, New Jersey, near Flemington, New Jersey. I guess I remember that 3 Mile, it could have been high school. I just can't remember. It was in 1978 or 9 that happened. So I can remember that the teachers were telling us that 3 Mile Island, the reactor had gone bad, and Ram Hellcat motor. Can't beat that, can you? Just love that motor. So that nuclear plant was going to have a leak, and it's possible that there was going to be nuclear material in the air that we'd breathe. Yeah, and they shut that thing down. Well, Microsoft, it needs these data centers to have massive energy. I think it's pretty cool. Help Desk really listens to my the username Help Desk. He really interacts with my channel, and he's talking about how most people have no clue what a data center is, which it doesn't surprise me. Where all the servers are, where all the computers are, that all the information goes to make the internet work, and it's massive. You know, it's like the mining. Anybody remember all the mining? The guys who got into mining, people be like, mining. We talked about, when the cryptocurrency thing came out, that was a huge opportunity for you to set up a ton of servers in your house, but these things get hot as hell. So you have to put them in an area where it's very air conditioned and it's very cold. Oh yeah, that's a major draw on these data centers. They got to be really cold because these computers get so hot. And so Joe that worked for me, he and I one time talked about setting up a bunch of creating our own mining servers somewhere in my property or shop, and we would help be part of that cryptocurrency exchange. You know, it's processing, computing processing at lightning speeds. It's beyond believable what goes on. And back at that time, they were piggybacking off of each other throughout the world to stay on top of this incredible networking with cryptocurrency. And that was a huge niche back in the day. I think now the data centers has probably replaced that, but that was probably like the true beginnings of the mini data centers that people have their own servers inside their own homes, that you're running your own internet business. Basically, that's all that's what that is. That's your own server gives you the capability to run your own business on the internet side, the web side of in the world. So anyways, the Help Desk was talking about how most people have no clue what that's about. And I forgot to mention this morning on my channel that on the 3 Mile Island, Microsoft has bought that facility, and they're going to reactivate that nuclear facility, and they think we'll get about 20 years out of it, and it's going to help enable Microsoft to burn cleaner fuel. And that's a big concern. All these big all the artificial intelligence and all these big tech companies, they're concerned that they're going to create more pollution. They already are. That's a known fact. All this artificial intelligence is putting a major draw on the infrastructure of energy, and it's creating more of a carbon footprint than it has in many, many years. And it's growing, and the big tech guys want to figure out how to develop geothermal energy, other alternative energies that won't harm Mother Nature Earth for what they're going to need on this electrical power, the draw of energy they're going to need to run these big data centers. So you just recognize, Mr. Help Desk. I love your stories. He's very cordial. He's very, he tells it the way it is, which that's nice. You can interact with other people, and they kind of, just share their own stories of what's going on in their life, which I think that's good. I do that all day long. So I love reading comments of people sharing their stories, because I feel like now it's like, yeah, you get it. And that's cool. To me, that's a relationship, and that's what makes the YouTube channel so much fun, is when you start to have that type of interaction with people that are on the same level as you are, and they can relate with what you're going through, and you can relate with what they're going through. That's what's so cool. All right, our dog is hanging on the back, on the floor, and I'm doing some things, and that's what I'm going to do. So, and then I'm going to head to Timbrook Honda. I am mailing in my absentee ballot. I am a mail-in absentee ballot. Yeah, for anybody out there, I'm a mail-in absentee ballot. A lot of people don't like that. They think it's all rigged. Well, the great news is, in this absentee ballot, they actually give you the capability to make sure that you can see that your ballot was accepted and you voted in the system. And because you can log into the website of the local voting elections office, and you have full access to see if your ballot was actually marked and put in the right place. And believe it or not, Trump and others are really hammering to have more early voters, early voting, because they feel like you can get a better picture of what's going on in the country. I don't know. I'm not in that depth of that. Get the police up here. Uh-oh. What I do now? Yep, he's waiting for me. He's waiting for me. Good thing I got a red light. Yeah, I don't need to see him today in my adventures. What happened? Oh, my daughter doesn't like that. My daughter drove his truck the other day. She doesn't like that rear view camera. It is freaky. So you have to, you're probably too late. Anybody who wants to absentee mail-in voting, you probably can't even get that accomplished now. And what's incredible, last major election I went to for the governor of Virginia, I forgot I was in the absentee mailing, and I showed up at the polls, and it was very challenging for me to be able to vote because I was out of town and I lost my absentee ballot, and now is election day, but I didn't even remember I was even on that. I just kind of, the brain doesn't work right every day in your life. And so so I go to vote, and they're like, you can't vote. And I'm like, why? Because you're an absentee ballot. You're going to be a double voter. I'm like, but I didn't get my absentee ballot. I don't know. I said, I'm out of town. I'm out of town a lot. And this was a few years ago. And I was like, I don't know. The guy that works for me and watches my house, well, I know he threw it away. I have no idea. And so anyway, so it took me quite a while for them to finally give me approval to vote in person. Because like I say, then otherwise, I guess you could say that it looks like I'm trying to vote twice. So the whole point is, if you want to be an absentee voter, you're going to have to go through the process of going through the paperwork to have it all done for you. And some people don't believe it. Just go vote in person. You know what? I end up seeing my neighbors that vote the opposite, and I just have to hold my breath. But you know what I always say to them? I showed up to cancel your vote. That's what I used to say. When I would go to the voting place, I would say to neighbors, like, hey, how you doing? I came here to cancel your vote out. They're like, yeah, you son of a gun. Yeah, right. Yikes. Yeah, as mouthy as I am, I'd probably get the place all riled up. I'm better off staying at home, right? Yeah, I hear you. Yesterday, different truck. We're in the Ram today. And you're probably saying, what the hell why are you going to Timber today? What the hell are you doing? Why? I know some people are like, why? Yeah, I know. Why? Well, actually, I'm weighing my options, so I don't know. I'm there, but am I there? I don't know. And that's what I do on my YouTube channel. A lot of times I don't share all of my antics, and you don't know. But anymore, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll make a video, and you'll get to see the antics of me going and evaluating things, and maybe I come to closure, maybe not so much. I don't know. I just am blown away how fast these houses went up. Just incredible. And the thing is, houses are still being built. I talk about it all the time. All the gloomer doomers, man. All I talk about is people don't buy a car anymore. People don't buy houses anymore. It's the same old rhetoric crap. And everybody watches them. I don't believe it, man. I just can't wait till the day comes that YouTube gets so exposed. YouTube's going to get exposed eventually. I really think it will. I think eventually somebody's going to... They do so many things. Just like my good friend Gail. She's reaching out and like, who owns YouTube? I'm like, Google. Google owns YouTube. Yeah, if you understand who Google is, you'll kind of get that. Yes. I was going to do a whole video last week of talking about Google, but then part of me's like, they'll probably ban that one. They'll probably put me on the second strike once I start talking about Google. Yeah, I get it. That's the company that makes YouTube. They have the rights to it, or whatever you want to call it. And so anyways, let me get here. Gonna run in the bank, take care of something. That's what I'm doing now. Okay, one task completed there. Now to the next task. Put my mail-in ballot in. I know some people are like, no, you're so bad. I mean, come on. The way these elections are anymore, you think by you going and putting your ballot into the computer system, you think this through, everybody. You put your computer, the computer takes your ballot, and it counts it, right? Yeah. Oh, 2 in the morning. Wow. An extra 1 million people just voted. You remember these things? Oh, you're a fruitcake. You're a nut job. This is conspiracy theories. You're a goofy, man. No way. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. All I can say. Then so though my friend Gail, she reached out this morning and said, "Oh my God, look at what George Soros is doing," which is like, yeah, destroying the world. I already know that. But apparently this guy Chris Plant, I don't ever watch him. I guess that's his name. I guess, guy like in some ways me that's much bigger than I am. It has his talk radio or talk station or whatever it may be. But apparently he's sharing on how George Soros is buying up all the radio stations. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I told Gail, it's like, yeah. Nothing, I mean, this isn't anything really new to me. I mean, I don't know the fine details, but it's like, yeah, that's half a century of George Soros. George Soros, you know who he is. Yeah, we know what his goals are. You know he's the medium mega guy that owns all the media. Yeah, I wonder why the media, talks a certain way. Well, yeah, I'm sure most people watch my channel know who George Soros is. If you don't, you need to look it up. But the problem is, it'll probably be a one-sided conversation because George Soros will control the outlet you went to find the information. Just like Google's in a big antitrust lawsuit for the search. But it's the division of their Google company, like Alphabet or whoever the company is. It's AdSense or whatever. I think it's AdTech. I think that's the name of the company that's owned by Google. That pays off all these cell phone companies monies to have where their browser is their dominant search engine, which is Google. I talked about this a few weeks ago that Google right now is in a major antitrust lawsuit with the government, and they paid a $2 or $3 million upfront fine to have no jurors. So it's just a judge against the prosecution and defense on what they feel is devious things. The other the other companies out there that want to have their search engine on your phones, they feel like Google is doing devious things to make them the dominant player in the search engine on basically on mobile devices. Not about the post office. You know what? I got to mail my ballot in. Yeah, that Kiefer would otherwise eat. Yeah. The post office. I can't stand this place. I can't. I've been coming here for close to 30 years, and it's just such bad memories. So, what's incredible though, I haven't been in this post office in a long time, and I just noticed all the P.O. boxes. There's a ton of them empty. So, like years ago, for 25 years, I've had a post office box here for my company. And eventually, years ago, I got rid of it. And but years ago, you sometimes, and I even questioned when I gave the post office box up, if I decided to get it back, I may lose it. I just went in there first time, looked at all the rows where they have all these little boxes. I'm talking about a little box. You can have your own little mailbox at the post office. If you don't want somebody to know where you live, then you get a P.O. box. And so there's a gazillion empty boxes. So that just shows you how the times have changed of technology, of the email capability, all the capability of what you can do today through, basically through technology has totally taken away the P.O. box needability, for you to need it. And it got expensive. It wasn't really radically expensive. It went from when I first started using it, $30 or $40 a year. Then it went to $60, $80. The last time, which is probably 2-3 years ago, that I got a bill, it was $168. And so, yeah, so wow, the change of times. But here's the thing. So when I was going through chaos in my life back in 2008 and 9, it was so bad because I had certified letters. And typically I'm at home, so I'd have to go to this post office here. I'd have to stand in line. I had all these creditors chasing me from my early days of my other fiasco in my life. And it was just, it was the worst. Because I literally had to sit there and wait in line and then get the notice served to me of what, who's looking for Mr. Iceman to give him money. But a lot of that technology changed now. Certified letters not anymore. The mailman will just deliver it to your mailbox and he'll scan it so it shows electronic delivery to your mailbox. And you don't necessarily have to go anymore to, you don't have to go in person like you used to get a certified notice. And that's something. All the technology has changed and all. Here is a place called Campbell's Used Car Lot. Older guy owns this whole piece of property. So many years ago, a good friend of mine named Kevin Shoemaker and his brother Kendall Shoemaker, they had a shop there. It's called Don's Automotive, and it really came from his father, Kevin's father, that owned a gas station. And I met him like in 1989 or 1990 to sell him heating oil for his gas station down in Ashburn, Virginia. And so I got to know Kevin Shoemaker, and more than his brother Kendall. So I knew Kevin Shoemaker, and then eventually he moved up here to that lot, and he opened up an ice repair shop, and he ran it for many years. And he had a brother named Kendall, who was a really cool, kind of a big guy, cool guy, and sadly he passed this past like May or June or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I know his wife Robin, because she worked at Motorcycles of Dulles, and I never knew that until one day I was in the shop, and this is years and years ago that we were all sitting around talking and shopping. Kendall's like, "Oh, my wife works down there at that new motorcycle dealership." I'm like, "Oh, really?" So, and she's on Facebook, and I don't think she's gonna watch my channel, but if she was, I was just thinking of Kendall, who was such a great guy. And the reason I was bringing that up is he was a mechanic, and I mean, some of these mechanics that I see at my age, they can't work like they used to. Their bones, their bodies, their shoulders are destroyed, their knees are destroyed, their wrists, the elbows. That impact gun, what that does to your body, you just don't know until you do that stuff. It's just really bad. And so he literally had to leave the business, and he went on disability. And that was probably, I would say, 7-8 years ago when he did that. But unfortunately, what got him was colon cancer. Yeah, which that's a big problem, as you know. And so anyways, just thinking about Kendall, and this used to be his backyard stomping ground, but he and Robin moved down there near Myrtle Beach, the Carolinas, years ago. And it's hard to believe. But for me, it's like hard to believe that may have been like 5 years ago. Half a decade. Wow. All right, it's another view of what you see all the time. You're driving back and forth to Simberg Honda and evaluate, do I do anything or do I not? Most people say, I wouldn't do a damn thing. Well, that's no fun. All right, I got my driving glasses on. I got a guy in a Mustang who wants to haul ass. I don't know why he wants to do that on a rainy day like today, but driving glasses on, that helps you see the weather better than it is. Helps you really see up the road further, where you can cut through all this haze and all the rain. And yeah, here comes the Mustang guy. Yeah, you know how that all plays out when you jam on the brakes on a rainy day. How does that all play out? Go to my channel and ask my daughter. Ask my daughter on a rainy day how Mustangs handle and they nail the brakes to stop from hitting somebody. Got a whole video that shows what happens, everybody that's a participant on my channel, as I watched my Mustang Bullet go bye-bye and scared the crap out of my... Yeah, but to this day, she still has the freak out mode when and she starts coming up on something fast. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah, because she had that huge impact at a very quick speed coming over a hill. The traffic stopped. How does that all play out? Yeah, on a rainy day, yeah, put your brakes on and you're just a sled. You sled into something in front of you. That's what happened. She's very fortunate. I mean, we were very fortunate that that wasn't a critical car crash. It could have changed her physical capabilities for the rest of her life. You know these stories, anybody? You know these stories? Like another guy, got a Raptor guy, he wants to go 80. He'll probably go by about 70, 75. The Raptor is a great truck. I mean, it really is. It's a really nice vehicle. And it's fast. I mean, that truck, not at the higher speeds, but off the line and the lower speeds, that truck feels every bit of everything of the Raptor. Well, I should say of the Ram TRX. The Raptor feels very fast, like the Ram does in the lower speeds. Higher end, when you really get into it, this is going to take it, but it's not going to be like just a football field away difference. Which I think that's what happens. People think that. Let me get this thing at cruise.